There's a presence that drifts quietly through social spaces, in quiet rooms, crowded parties, the corners of offices, and the corners of mirrors. It's subtle, almost invisible, yet it shapes interactions before anyone speaks. People feel it before they see it. A dissonance, a tension folded inside a smile, a hesitation behind laughter. It's not an obvious force. It doesn't announce itself. Instead, it moves in patterns, in the way someone over-explains, or hides behind charm, or insists on control while losing touch with themselves. To the casual eye, it looks ordinary, just acting differently, some might think. But there's a rhythm here, as predictable as a tide, one that repeats across faces, across lives, across moments. For millennia, myths tried to name it, religions warned of it, folklore gave it a mask, and monsters. Therapists describe its patterns in clinical terms, but on the streets, in the choices people make every day, the polite lies, the forced laughter, the armor disguised as personality. It behaves like an archetype. It understands human behavior better than the humans themselves. And if attention is paid, it's always recognizable. In the flicker behind the eye, in the timing of a pause, in the split second before someone reveals the face they think they should be showing. You might catch it in yourself, or in someone who's seen just like everyone else. False identity rarely announces itself outright. It moves in subtle habits, overcompensation, mimicry, constant reassurance seeking, or abrupt withdrawal. It shows up in patterns invisible to most, the rhythm beneath the choices people think are spontaneous. Consider a coworker who laughs at the right moment but never truly speaks, or a friend whose generosity feels performative. These behaviors aren't random. They are rehearsed responses, internalized scripts shaped by fear, social expectations, or early experience. The mask, once adopted, guides behavior as predictably as gravity guides a falling object. Often, it's inherited. Parents' and anxieties, societal pressures, peer judgments, these early imprints build a persona designed to survive, not thrive. It functions automatically. Repeated missteps, avoidance of conflict, the compulsion to impress, or the subtle sabotage of connection, all trace back to this invisible rhythm. The key is observation. Once patterns are understood, the mask loses some of its power. Not through confrontation, not through judgment, but through recognition. It is the first step towards disentangling the self from the identity it has borrowed so thoroughly that it often feels permanent. The mask creates internal friction. One part seeks approval, safety, or recognition. Another part craves authenticity, risk, or self-expression. These impulses rarely align, resulting in small repeated conflicts, hesitations, contradictions, micro-failures. Externally, this friction is magnified. Misunderstandings, tension in relationships, repeated disappointments, all merge when two people with masks collide. What looks like the stubbornness or arrogance is often the invisible negotiation between the self the world expects and the self that struggles to exist beneath the surface. No one is malicious. No one is inherently flawed. These are survival strategies, instinctive, layered, interacting across social space. Understanding this allows a rare perspective. One can observe the drama without becoming entangled in it. Recognition doesn't erase the mask instantly, but it illuminates why the same arguments, the same relational friction repeat. Behavior is only the tip of the iceberg. Beneath every action lies negotiation, expectation, old programming. The mask itself is a product of the hidden architecture, a silent operator, directing interaction without awareness. It whispers, stay safe, conform, be liked. It reminds, do not reveal, do not fail. These forces are patient. They operate across decades, guiding choices, shaping comfort zones, and reinforcing patterns that appear spontaneous but are anything but. Notice the person who flinches at intimacy but thrives in conflict, or who trusts strangers before friends. These are not conscious decisions. They are echoes of history, ingrained rehearsals of adaptation. And like any invisible architect, the mask protects even while it betrays. It gives safety, but sacrifices authenticity. The mask is reinforced externally. Society rewards performance and punishes vulnerability. Childhood lessons: don't show weakness, fit in, stay strong. Embed scripts that disguise fear as pride, caution as principle. Technology amplifies it. Curated identities, filtered perceptions, constant comparison. Relationships reflect this. Miscommunication often isn't malice. It's armor interacting with armor. Families, workplaces, social media, all provide mirrors that reinforce the mask. People internalize these scripts as personality traits, never questioning their origin. What appears as stubbornness or arrogance is usually inherited fear, masquerading as strength. Recognizing the mask culturally explains why personal patterns persist, even when people consciously want change. Clarity comes quietly, not through confrontation or punishment, but observation. One sees the mask, the patterns, the invisible architects, and the internal negotiation. Awareness alone shifts the dynamic. This recognition doesn't change others, it changes perception. It allows one to navigate relationships without being pulled into the mask rhythm, freed from expectations. Interactions become deliberate rather than reactive. The mask remains for others. Its grip loosens for those who have recognized it. A quiet, almost imperceptible freedom emerges. Not heroic, but inevitable. Like dawn breaking over a stormed city. Every social interaction has two layers: the visible and the hidden. Arguments, misunderstandings. Every social interaction has two layers: the visible and the hidden. Arguments, misunderstandings, failed connections. These are surface level stories. The real story is beneath. Habit, survival strategies, the mask people wear. Breaking cycles doesn't require changing the mask. It requires seeing it, witnessing the invisible architecture beneath. Behavior allows choice, without judgment, without accusation. Recognition alone loosens the rhythm of repetition. Most never see this layer. Those who do gain perspective, clarity, and quiet power. Understanding the mask doesn't make life perfect. It makes life intelligible. And that is enough to decide the next step. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Here at Huxon, we have a slogan: it's always better to understand than to be understood. I hope this helped you understand life a little bit better. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check the description for the things that we offer. But for now, take care, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.